Hi guys, what up, Viper here, and today is a little bit indirectly Illuvium gameplay related. It is a bit more talking about the company structure and why Illuvium is always going to be super close to you and me, to the gamers, to the consumers of the games, and why it's also important that, well, if you have these like staked Illuvium tokens, right, you're essentially a shareholder of Illuvium DAO, then check this out because elections are coming up and there's definitely important things to do and to know about. So this is the first thing that you guys need to know. There's the Illuvium DAO. DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. If you're not really into crypto or whatever, don't need to know this, but there's Illuvium DAO, and the Illuvium DAO employs Illuvium Labs. Illuvium Labs is the gaming studio. What does this mean? Simplified for you guys that is relevant. If the community thinks that Illuvium Labs, the gaming studio, does something wrong, they can write an IIP, Illuvium Improvement Proposal, to change that. Now, the IIP needs to get upvotes in the governance channels and Discord, so community needs to actually support this, right? And need to be like, yep, we want this to happen. We want the council to review this. After it gets the upvotes, it goes to the ICC, the Illuvium Community Council, that consists of 5 elected members by staked token holders. And the ICC pretty much just has to make sure that the proposal was presented truthfully and there was no like misleading things in there or anything like that, and the community just actually upvoted something because they were presented just the reality and truthful things and so on. And then it goes to the IMC, the Illuvium Main Council, consists of 5 members, 4 are elected by the staked token holders, and 1 is a representative from Illuvium Labs. Then next we have what are IIPs, right? So IIPs are pretty much like law. When they are passed, it really has to be done. It has to be followed, like literally to the letter. And IIPs can also be changed in the future, overruled by others. This is not something that can never be changed, like a constitution, for example. A constitution in a country, not to be infringed upon, cannot be changed or anything like that. IIPs can be changed in the future if, I don't know, community decides, okay, this situation has changed or this or that, we have to address this thing from the past, etc. So what does this essentially mean? What is the big upside on this? This basically just forces, it kind of forces really that you have to listen to the shareholders, the token holders, right? The community members in your community if they feel like, nope, this is going wrong, you guys are doing this wrong, we want this to be changed. Now there's more different proposal types and more different things to this, but this is just the baseline idea why this is good. Now the elections for these positions are every 9 months, and at the moment in the current governance setup, and there's going to be quadratic voting used, which pretty much means if you have staked Illuvium tokens, the square root of the amount of staked tokens is going to be used, and that is the amount of your votes. So you have 1 token, it's 1 vote. You have 100, it's 10. You have 1,000, it's like 33. Now I'm currently one of the elected members in that Illuvium main council. So I'm not going to pretend I'm just explaining you guys this because I think it is really important. I think that's one half of it. I think especially for everybody new to Illuvium, maybe because of the game launch, maybe people who are not really crypto savvy, and there's like so much going on in like any Web3 project, because you usually have like a game and you have these DeFi elements on top. So there's a lot of knowledge needed. I think this is one of the upsides of essentially Web3, of a decentralized governance in the game, that we can, I don't know, just correct the things that the community thinks the gaming studio is not doing correctly. And my self-interest in making this video is for once making all of you guys aware that this is a thing, that this exists, especially if you are a token holder, you can go and vote in the upcoming election very soon. Now, the best place to find a lot of information about all of the things, Illuvium governance related, etc., is obviously Discord. And here, this is one of the recent announcements that the Epoch 10 governance election is starting today. In fact, this was from the 1st of August. Basically, from the 1st of August to the 10th, there's a nomination period for the Illuvium main council and how you can nominate, nomination form, and you can also check who has nominated already on all of these links. Then after that, committee choices, and so on and so on. There's a lot more to this. I really just want to make the video on it first. I don't want to deep dive into this. Just want to give you guys an overview on this, and then an overview on what I believe are the upsides on this and why it's worth engaging in this. Because, well, if you have staked tokens, right, then you want obviously a token to do well and such. You want Illuvium to do well. It's a lot of vested interest. So you should be voting for the person that you think is going to make good decisions for Illuvium, for the Illuvium Council, for the DAO moving forward. Also, I think in the past, when the loyalty airdrop, for example, was a really hot topic, there were also talks about maybe the voting should be included in something like loyalty airdrop kind of ideas in the future. So not only are you probably just doing a good decision for your own investment, for your own tokens, for the good of Illuvium, maybe there's something like that. So everybody should be voting. There's just well, it's this kind of phrase, everybody should be voting. It sounds boring and stupid, but it really, really does make sense. And there's a relevant self-interest because of the quadratic voting system. Even small votes essentially matter really, really a lot. Now, like I mentioned, obviously I'm running for this. I'm current IMC member. Therefore, this is kind of the self-interest in making this video. I want to have everybody be aware of this. And I think I've done a good job in my IMC position. I think I've done a good job in the game sub-counts in the previous governance iteration that we had so far. I hope that I can keep doing so for Illuvium. Why do I think that? Well, I'm pretty much if you guys don't know, I'm pretty much all my life in gaming industry. I've been pretty much like a veteran esport pro in Web2 gaming, mainly played Hearthstone, competed in Hearthstone, had millions of people watch me play high stakes tournaments, made a little over $250,000 in prize money in that, a lot of sponsorship deals, had a lot to do with esport organization, gaming companies and such, did a lot of content creation, streaming again, sponsorship deals, dealing with companies, dealing with games, dealing with third party things and people just like making products for gaming related things, did a lot of casting, did a lot of coaching and so on and so on. Really, really veteran kind of person in this gaming and esport industry. So I think I can offer a wealth of knowledge and hopefully a lot of really, really important insights on how a lot of these things in just Web2 gaming industry work, behind the scenes work. And I'm really, really good at figuring out how to align the consumer, the viewer, and the company interest, because a lot of times when I had to deal with Blizzard at the top level Hearthstone esport programs and such, that was one of the things that I talked a lot about with the esport team people that they had, because it was really about how do you align the viewer interest, how do you align what Blizzard as a company wanted from the esport team, from the esport scene and such, and how do you align that with the players as well, because it kind of like all has to work together to make a really, really good esport in that sense, which is essentially just a marketing tool. If you guys think that I can offer like all the knowledge that I have learned, if you guys want to know more about, I don't know, some of my views, takes, theses, opinions, and so on gaming industry, Web3, there are multiple playlists on Shorts on the YouTube channel. You can just ask me questions, ask me on X and Discord, wherever. I think I can really, really help Illuvium going forward. I think I have done so far, and I would appreciate if you guys, I don't know, just agree with that and then actually go and vote for me for the IMC position for another 9 months. Well, I hope the video was essentially really, really informative. It gave some insights into Illuvium governance, why it is special, why I think this is really, really good. And then obviously my self-interest here, if you made it so far in the video, that, yeah, I would obviously really, really like to make everybody aware that elections are starting at, Saturday, August 10th, depending on your time zone. For me, it's 9 a.m. So appreciate you guys making to the end of the video, like always. Hope you took away something important from here, took away some cool information about Illuvium, and see you on the next one.